everybody. Happy Tuesday. All right. So, woohoo! I'm happy. Finally got what I've been asking for weeks. Movement. It's really funny that they had to go to LA for movement, but I'll take it. Okay. So because they're in LA, the focus is going to be on Claire because this is her first time in LA. She wants to see the sights, and um, uh, hold on. Holden happens to be there. So Holden is her tour guide. And I've been asking for history on Holden because I said, okay, what is his story now? Because he came to Genoa City because Damien was there, and Damien and him were best friends, right? But without Damien now, I said, what are they going to do with Holden? We have to know the history. Well, we got a big chunk of it today. And enter ta-da, Tamara Braun. Woo! Okay, now, for anybody not familiar with Tamara Braun, all you need to know is she was one of the Carlys. I say one of because there was Sarah Joy Brown, Tamara Braun, and Laura Wright has been doing it for the last 20 years or something. Okay, so she was in the middle. And with Carly, she played it really, I don't know. She was trying to be good and trying to prove herself that she wasn't what everybody thought she was during that phase. So with this role, Sienna, we get a piece of her history and Holden's history at the same time. Now, apparently they knew each other back in the day. I don't know how far back that is, but yeah. And let me say, the wardrobe and the hair. Whew, okay, it's like she has on uh like a dress that's not fully a dress and has her hair all teased out. She, okay, like Carly would not wear her hair like that. And it was like, oh, okay. But and then she pretended not to know how to say Audra's name. It was kind of funny and weird at the same time because we all know it's Audra, but she tried to say it with Audrey. And then apparently, um, they have more of a history than we know because um, now this might you might have to go in your memory banks for a little bit because Holden always tried to downplay his involvement with Audra. Remember? Um, Whenever anybody would ask him about it, he would say, "Oh, we just went on a couple dates, and it ended very shortly, and it didn't end well, and that was about all we got." And I was like, "Okay," but I always had a suspicion that it was deeper than that because I said they're acting like they know too many inside jokes and being a little too close and a little too touchy feely to go on a couple of dates and then have nothing to do with each other. Okay, so I was right because turns out Sienna said, "Oh, well, I'm glad you got yourself away from the last one because she was interesting." So the fact that she knows her and the fact that she knows they dated would add to my assessment here. Okay. So we have that piece, and that's a big chunk. So I was really happy to get that piece of information. Okay. Meanwhile, as I say, meanwhile on the home front, Kyle is not going to listen to what Claire wants, and he's going to go to LA to, in his words, rescue her from Holden and try to fix everything when they get back home, because they had Harrison in there today, the little boy. I love him. He's so cute. Okay. So they use him as a device to get Claire well, to get Claire back, obviously, but also to say how Kyle's really feeling, because two things. Most of the time, I'd say 99% of the time, you don't lie to a kid, okay? So your true self comes out. What you really mean and really feel and all that stuff comes out. Okay. Coupled with, um, because he's so sweet, you don't want him to be disappointed or sad or whatever at all. So it's going to be motivation for Kyle to try to do right by Claire and get her back with him. But and I want all that. I do. I just hope he doesn't go in there like, you know, I'm going to take my woman back kind of thing. And because if he goes with that tactic, I'm going to say it's not going to work. Because I don't think any woman or man, if the situation was reversed, would like that from their partner, to act like you have to be with me, you know? So, okay. Otherwise, okay, so Sally, remember Sally? Now, this is from last week. Remember Sally wanted Jill to back her and give her financial support for the company, right? Remember that. Okay, so Jill made a decision, and at first they had a conversation on Zoom. So I guess Jess Walton went back home because she's on Zoom again. And the conversation started with, "I'm sorry, I couldn't see you while I was there, but I did make a decision on your proposal." And okay, so Jill decided to back Sally. Help. However, with one caveat: she will only invest and help her out if she doesn't let Billy know that financial support is coming from Jill for some reason. So I thought, when I heard that, I said, "Oh no, that's not the way to do a relationship. It's not good to have a secret like that." But and Sally kind of surprised me and said that she told Billy right off what was happening. And so she said, "I'm going to forget what Jill said and tell you what's going on, because I don't want to start off the relationship like that." Because apparently Billy had talked to Jack and persuaded him to take out the funding without Sally knowing about it. And then Billy felt pressure, I guess. I mean, to some degree. I don't know to what degree. But he says, "I feel like if I don't back you, then I'm losing you and everything." So I don't know. But it is interesting. So we had some movement today. So I'm really happy about that. Now I'm really intrigued to see how close Holden and Claire get. And also, as a side thing, um, I want to see how Kyle deals with um, running into Claire, or, the whole thing, and how he's going to take her back home. I want to see how all that plays out. So now I'm invested in like different stories, which is what I wanted. So I'm happy now. I feel like there's something to follow now. So, all right. Bye, guys.